Hey everybody, Tim and Julie here for another Batman the Animated Series from 1992. Continuing on, we're on Season 1, Part 9, episodes... What are we doing? We're doing a two-parter. We had to skip one because it was a two-parter, because we're doing it in increments of 4. So we're doing episodes 32 and 33, Robin's Reckoning, episode 35, Night of the Ninja, and episode 36, The Cat Scratch Fever, which it is literally impossible for anybody to say that without like singing the song in their head. Cat Scratch Fever. It's kind of a 3 episodes rather than 4 because it's a two-parter. So we'll just kind of do it in order. So Robin's Reckoning, Robin's origin story. So you've seen Robin in the Batman Forever movie, where it's like I said. So when we saw that, and I think it was in the review, I don't remember, but you had kind of said like, how similar is that? And I was like, well, just wait. You'll kind of see some similarities, some differences. Mm-hmm. So now you've seen the animated version, and then we won't even talk about Robin from The Dark Knight Rises, or that's like his actual name. It's fucking stupid. Anyways, so looking at Dick Grayson, I grew up on this series. Like, this is the series, when I think of Batman, this is the series I think of. When I read a Batman comic book, these are the voices I hear in my head. Now that we've been watching the 1966 Adam West, I could actually see a lot of similarities. Mm-hmm. Like, I could see Burt Ward as this Robin. So we don't see Burt Ward's introduction in the 66. He's just already there. Mm-hmm. So for this series, seeing how Robin was introduced in Batman Forever, knowing that Robin is already in the Adam West series, and then seeing Robin's introduction in this with Tony Zuko and the Haley Circus and stuff like that. What'd you think? That was a long introduction.
Yeah. Yeah, when Robin recognized Zuko, recognized the name, mm-hmm. He knew immediately where he heard that name before.
Right.
And so, yeah, then he kept getting upset with Batman because
Batman kept benching him.
Yeah, and just tell him, just don't worry about it. I got it, just leave it alone. And so Robin got tired of that. So mm-hmm. He decided, if you're not going to do something, I will. Mm-hmm. And so he, went after him too.
So I love how you phrase that, because for one, I didn't throw it out there because it's kind of, it might prejudice the episode, but this is an Emmy Award winning episode. Like, this is a famous episode. Mm-hmm. So I love how you worded that, because you see glimmers of that. So that's kind of the history of Dick Grayson, where Dick Grayson's always like, I'm tired of Batman always like overpowering me and whatever. And that's why he leaves to become Nightwing, mm-hmm. who we've watched other movies and stuff with him as Nightwing. So we get that. In the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin movie, we see glimmers of that also, where he's like, I'm going to join. And Batman's like, no, you're not. And like disconnects his motorcycle and stuff so he can't mm-hmm. join. Stuff like that. And it all, like, to kind of play the devil's advocate and be in the middle, like, we see that in this episode where little Robin, young Robin, tries to go after Tony Zuko. Batman was there. Batman was ready to ready to arrest him and everything. But because little young Dick Grayson had to throw himself in the middle of it, he fell in the water, and Batman had to let Tony go just to save Dick. And so, I mean, it's almost Dick's fault that Tony got away. Right. Like, if he had just listened to Batman, none of this would have happened. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of one of those, like, he's always tired of being in Batman's shadow, but at the same time, Batman's like, if you would have just stayed home, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, so. It's sort of like that, damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Mm-hmm. Which to talk about, I usually try to throw out some actors. Not a lot of famous actors in this trio of episodes, but the voice of Tony Zuko is also the same voice, or it's the same actor that played Biff in the Back to the Future trilogy. And it's kind of funny because at one point Biff is talking to his like henchmen, and there's three guys sitting around a card table, and they actually kind of look like the three guys that follow Biff around in the Back to the Future movie. And at one point, like he's like, "Batman's just such a loser" or something, and I was like, God, I wish he had said butthead or something that's like very Biff from Back to the Future. But yeah. So like I said, because you asked me with Batman Forever like how close it was, and I was like, I mean, everything's kind of its own story. Like there are more cartoons and more stuff like that where we'll see more origin stories of Robin, and typically that's the thing is like it's usually he absolutely Dick Grayson was part of the Haley circus. You can't negate that. Like
Right.
that is what it is. In the Batman Forever movie, it was Two Face that did the extortion and killed the Flying Graysons. And it's like, oh, okay, so that's a liberty that the movie took. Whereas, like, typically it's Tony Zuko, and that's how it is. But Bruce was there, so we get to see that part of this. So seeing the circus, seeing Tony Zuko, seeing all of that, like how are you feeling about the Robin origin story?
It's okay. I mean, because everybody has their own story
Mm-hmm.
in life. So,
Because I want to say this is the second origin story. After Batman
yeah,
Forever, I think this is the second one.
yeah,
Like I said, we'll see more. So
yeah. 'Cause he needs to figure out, you know, to try to move on and let some things go, but
mm-hmm.
keep some things there in his memories and the good thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's an interesting story.
Okay. So we'll just jump to the next one, episode 35, Night of the Ninja. I don't know why it reminded me very much of like the Karate Kid. Like we see some flashbacks of a young Bruce Wayne training, learning to fight karate, and then there is another student who does not quite see eye to eye with Bruce, and now all these years later comes back to just be a
Take his
jerk.
revenge.
Yeah, take his revenge, and then so they fight it out.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, that sounds very Karate Kid, like very Mr. Miyagi, very Danny.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I fought you 30 years ago. I want to fight you again, type thing.
Yeah, it was okay. It was basic, simple,
Yeah.
right to the point.
Okay. Um. So with that, we'll just jump to the last one. Cat Scratch Fever. We see the return of Catwoman. This episode, if no other episode, is the number one reason if Jordan, my husband, was in a comic book or whatever, he would be Catwoman. Because him and Harley, which is coincidentally our cat is named Harley, based off of Harley Quinn. Because, like, I love Harley Quinn. Um, him and Harley have this stupid relationship where they will literally just have full conversations, just standing in the kitchen, like, "How are you?" Meow. Really? Then what happened? Meow. Wow. So what did you say? Meow. And I just have to sit in the living room, like, why is this happening right now? And so it is very much like Selena and her cat Isis. And in this story, Isis is kidnapped and drugged and put through some things that cats should not, like, as much as I don't like animals, animals should not go through this. But like I guarantee you, if we found out Harley had been kidnapped or something, Jordan would be like, fuck probation, like, here we go, like, I don't care if I have to murder somebody, I'm getting my cat back.
Right.
So, and I mean, that's for better or for worse. So like Selena and Jordan are the same person. Yes. They're both blondes too. Weird.
Yes.
So we see Isis. Probably my favorite part of this episode is the part where Batman and the dog who has also been infected
Infected.
by whatever, are fighting on the ice. I just think it's a really like kind of edge of your seat moment where you're like, oh my god, what's
They're
happening?
gonna fall through,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets just a whiff of
The spray.
spray, and the dog just kind of just
Like, oh, okay,
okay.
I'm better now.
What am I doing out here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I really do like this version of Catwoman. I think she's really, really well done.
Yeah.
And this kind of goes on the whole thing that we've talked about through, again, the Adam West series, the Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer. Like, Batman and Catwoman always kind of have this, like, in love, but they know they don't mesh
Right.
thing. And this is very much where Catwoman is set on bail as long as she doesn't wear the outfit. And she's like, no problem. I'm never going to wear it again. Her cat gets kidnapped and she's like, fuck that. I'm doing what I need to do. And again, I'm like, that's Jordan right there, 100%. Where he's like, nah, I'm never going to do that again. Your cat's in danger. Okay, nope. So I was like, it's kind of great just to see the Bruce, Selina, Batman, Catwoman. Like, it's like a 4-person love square,
Love-hate
but realistically it's only 2 people, so
Right.
it's overly complicated. Any thoughts for that one?
No, I love that one too.
That was a good one?
That was a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you, I can see Jordan.
Yeah, just no.
I would probably be the same thing with my cats. Cat. But
Spooky.
now I got Spooky, and now I got Precious that's scared of me, but will come and let me pet her. So I put out a bed. She's got food. And I get up in the morning and the dish is gone. She's drug it all the way around to the other side of the house. Yeah, but yeah, I would probably protect my animals like
the same way.
The same way.
Okay. So how are you feeling about the series so far? Being, what are we, 36 episodes in?
It's good.
You
having fun?
Them, yeah. Okay. Like I said, they're not, I mean, they are made for kids. They did come out in the early 90s. So it's one of those where you take it for what it is. It's not going to be like the best thing you've ever seen, but at the same time, like, for a kids show in the 90s, like, it's pretty fucking good. So
yes, it is.
Okay. Any other closing thoughts for these 3 episodes?
No, they were great. I liked them.
Okay. So for those who have seen it, what did you think about the Robin origin story, the Night of the Ninja, and the return of Catwoman? Go ahead, let us know, and we will see you guys next time.